Hi guys. All right, so I want to have a conversation with you guys while I am in the car, so I apologize if it's loud, but I want to talk to you guys about hormones with weight loss and what I found to work best when it comes to tracking weight loss, things like that. So guys, probably not the video for you, but girls, we all know the struggle. When it comes to being a female, we have periods, we have all of those things that make our lives less than easy when it comes to losing weight. Everyone has that guy friend that can cut out soda and drop 30 pounds in 2 weeks, where we even look at a cup of soda and we gain 5 pounds. So what did I find to be useful for me when it came to tracking weight loss with hormones and figuring out when to weigh myself and everything? What did I do? So I got a notebook, and in this notebook I wrote down every day of the week, or of the month, sorry. So it was numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through 28, 30, 31, whatever that month had. And I weighed myself every day. So I had a pack of, I think it was 8 different colored markers. I still have this book, so I will take some pictures and upload it to Instagram so you guys can see what it looked like. It was nowhere neat, nothing, but it helped me figure out my fluctuations, and it helped me stay positive, and it helped pretty much keep me motivated. So I took black was usually my weight. If it went up, I would write it in usually pink, and if it went down, I would write it in, I think it was green or blue. So everything was color coded. So if I was losing weight, I knew it. If I was putting a little weight on, I knew it. Now, I wrote down my weight. So if I weighed 282.6 pounds, that's what I wrote down. I wanted to figure out how my weight fluctuated throughout the month with water weight, hormones, periods, all of that. So I am not someone who was on a hormonal form of birth control. At the time of my weight loss, I had a copper IUD. So I still had regular periods, and I still had a full 28-day cycle. So I learned a lot about my body doing this, actually. I had my red marker was for when I had my period, and I would draw a little red dot next to the weight. I also, in the beginning of my journey, did coffee enemas, which if anybody wants to hear about that, leave a comment down below and I will gladly do a video on them. They are very good for detoxing your system and starting your body off fresh, if that makes sense. So when I would do a coffee enema, I would put a little brown dot or a little poop emoji, depending on how I was feeling that day. And this is how I was able to keep track. I figured out that the week of my period, I would put on about half a pound of water weight, and after my period, I would drop like 2-3 pounds. That was how my body worked. And it helped me be a lot less discouraged. I know people that try to lose weight that weigh themselves every day, and they put on 3 pounds overnight and they think that it's body fat. It's not. It's water. It's sodium. If you have a high salt compared to a previous day, if you have a higher carbohydrate compared to a day, if you didn't sweat as much as you normally do, all of those are factors. So what I recommend personally is taking 3-4 weeks, months, tracking, writing it all down, watching your body, weighing yourself every day is a mental struggle, but when you write it down, you'll see the fluctuations. You will see how your body processes, and it's something that nobody ever talks about. Nobody wants to talk about the half a pound of water gain when you eat a Snickers bar on accident. Like, nobody wants to talk about that because everybody wants to talk about how they're steadily losing weight. Well, I have a year and a half under my belt, and I can tell you that there are days that I put on weight. I weighed in at 229 2 days ago, and I had a higher carb day. It was not bad carbs. It was carbs that are keto appropriate, but I had been on a very, very low carb, like around 10 or 11 a day net. I had a few Quest bars. I went to the movies 2 nights in a row. So I had almonds, macadamia nuts, moon cheese, foods that are not normally in my everyday diet. I think one day I had 3 Quest bars. So I was under 20 net, most likely. I'm so far in ketosis, I can go up to about 50 net and not get knocked out. I have not tested that. Like to be like, oh, but it's happened where I've had 1 or 2 Quest bars, and it happens because they are 4 net carbs a piece, but they are a higher fiber. So you essentially start with you're getting a lot of carbs. I prefer to get foods that are like 2 carbs but 1 net, if that makes sense, rather than a higher carb that you just get to deduct a lot of things. Quest bars are my go-to when I'm on the road. I like them. They taste pretty good. So I'm not going to say that I don't eat one once a week, but when I went to the movies, I think that day I had 3. So when I weighed in today, I think I was 233. So I didn't put fat back on. I put water weight on because my body's like, oh, you had extra fiber. Oh, you had all of these things. Also, something to track, especially if you're doing keto. Not so much if you're eating a calorie counting diet, because I understand that everyone loses weight differently. I started my journey in a calorie deficit, and then it went to clean eating and exercise, and it is now keto. So I've done them all. I've done Weight Watchers. I've done everything that you could think of. But I understand that there are different ways to lose weight. And I've found with keto, you do not avoid your bowels as often as you would on a standard American diet or on a higher carb diet or on whatever kind of diet. Like when I was eating oatmeal every morning, good wholesome carbs, I pooped every morning. I don't poop anymore, like maybe once or twice a week. So that's something to track as well, because if you're holding waste inside of you, you're obviously going to weigh a little bit more, and you're going to weigh a little bit less on days that you void. So I would love everybody to try tracking and see what it's like and see how it changes their bodies and their way of thinking and way of looking at it. Learn about your hormones. Learn about everything. Another fun thing to do along with tracking your weight is to check your basal body temperature. You can completely learn about when you're ovulating, all of that, just because you're watching what your body does. They're magical things. So if you're new, I would love if you'd subscribe down below, leave a comment, click the like button, share, and have a wonderful day. It's beautiful out up here in Western New York. I don't know if you can see. It's about corn time. It's gorgeous. The leaves are changing, and have a wonderful day.